Good morning, investors and traders. In today's segment, we'll be talking about Bitcoin. As always, I'll be very much focused on one important question, and that is why the price is falling again. The reason for that is because obviously in the last few days we have seen this massive surge in Bitcoin price, but since yesterday the prices have started to tumble. What is the reason? Where are we heading next? That is what we're going to tackle in this segment. Let me go through this brief disclaimer in this one. Anything we should be discussing in this particular video cannot be perceived as advice. The full disclaimer is right in front of you. Now, as always, I'm going to bring out the MT4 platform in front of you guys. And let's begin the conversation. Guys, the most important thing when it comes to Bitcoin price, and if you've seen the previous videos, is this upward move, which happened after this massive momentum to the downside, because Bitcoin prices have been trading to the downside for the last few weeks, if not months. As you can see that the price has been in a downward trend since late March, and only for the last few days, or shall we say a few weeks, even just under a week, we have started to see the price to break this downward trend line, this downward trend in terms of the price action, and started to post higher gains. But since yesterday, the price has kind of started to change its direction again, because yesterday the price went up to here, and then now we are seeing that retracement right into this particular price action. Now, of course, the question for investors and traders is, where do we go from here? What is next in terms of a price action? That is what I will be answering in this particular session. A little bit about myself. I come with a wealth of over 15 years of trading experience. During this time period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon and as an equity trader with Bank of America, and currently providing services as a chief analyst to EverTrade. Now, guys, we do upload content on a daily basis, so I highly recommend you to subscribe to our channel. Why? Because prices do change their direction, and that means that you need to be aware of all the up-to-date price action on the daily basis. Now, if you have seen our analysis from yesterday, you would notice that this area right over here was mentioned by us in our analysis yesterday. This was this particular area. We said that this could be an area where we could see a retracement, meaning a pullback. And guess what? That is what happened in the market. Prices were unable to push higher from here, as we described in our analysis yesterday. Now, of course, let us know in the comments below if you have been able to take advantage of this particular move. If you haven't, why you didn't, because that kind of really engages the conversation, and that is really I wanted to see. Now, of course, before we do everything else, let me just give you a brief overview of the price action. So what we're really seeing on the daily time frame is three different moving averages. Firstly, it is your 50-day simple moving average over here, then your 100, and finally your 200-day simple moving average. Now, as of yesterday, the price started to bounce lower, started to move lower from its 100-day simple moving average. In other words, it failed to break above that 100-day simple moving average. But that is not a concern, because it was expected after this run. It was expected for the prices to see some sort of a resistance coming in, and that is how it is happening now. Now, where is the opportunity in the market? The opportunity, in order to see that, we have to go into 4-hour time frame and really start to see from here. When I go into the 4-hour time frame, the first thing that I focus on is that bullish momentum sort of forming. How? Because the 50 has crossed above the 100, and it is also about to cross above the 200, a simple moving average. So that bullish momentum is still very much in there. So I am not too much concerned about any sort of a bearish price action. However, in terms of my setup, in terms of the opportunity, the big opportunity is right around here, that 33,000 to 34,000 sort of a price level, because this is where the big momentum to the upside happened. And afterwards, if you wanted to take a little bit more hawkish approach, and if you wanted to see that, okay, I cannot wait for the prices to come into this area, then what you could potentially do is you could look at this area of support as a next area where we could see that. So the way the prices are trading between 36,000 to 36,600, this is your another area of support. But obviously this is an important area of support. But if the price cannot hold its support level over here, then the next area of support in terms of a price action is really going to be right around this one. But what I really want to make it clear to you guys is that if price begins to fall below the 200-day simple moving average, and especially the 50-day simple moving average, I would not pay attention to this one at all, because what that would mean is that the prices have lost their momentum and it is going to break to the downside. So for me, the most important area of support among anything really is going to be where the 50-day simple moving average is trading on the daily time frame, and that means just above that 50-day simple moving average on the daily time frame. So if you are going to wait for the price, you could be looking at the prices to come into this area of support and then potential upgrade move to the upside, or the breakout trade can happen if and the price breaks above this resistance zone. So to conclude, we have our first area of support, which we are looking at over here, or the breakout trade, which is right over here. And the moment the price breaks above this particular area, you can take that breakout trade. Then remember to subscribe and smash that like button. I'll be with you guys for more detailed analysis next time. Until then, take care.